I'm part of the industry for already more than 15 years. I co-founded, for example, a broker called Purple Trading. So basically more than 90% of his trades were profitable. Traders who trade less trades and less instruments are usually more successful.
Hello and welcome back to Fair Prop Reviewer Podcast. I'm your host Pahani, and today we got a really exciting episode for you. We are joined by David, the CEO of Fintokei, one of the most innovative prop firms in the market right now. We are going to get into some really interesting stuff today, from what makes Fintokei stand out to tips on how traders can set themselves up for success. So before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. So let's get into it. So hello David, how are you? Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you very much as well. Thank you for having me. And hello everyone, I'm fine.
Yeah, so we are good. So for those who are looking at you for the first time, could you share a bit about your background? How did you come to this industry and what inspired you to start Fintokei?
Well, to be honest, I'm part of the industry for already more than 15 years. My background actually goes to economics, management, and business law. And actually very soon after my university studies, I joined a company here in the Czech Republic where we were developing and providing services to other brokerage houses, which was my first step into the financial markets. And I quickly developed a passion, and I quickly realized that's the industry I'm really interested in. And over the time, we actually built several companies around that, including several brokers. I co-founded, for example, a broker called Purple Trading. And with Purple Trading, we were actually somehow involved in the prop trading industry from its very beginning, or from those beginnings, because we were providing and similar to companies like FTMO before the whole industry was actually such well known as it is today. So we were somehow observing how the industry is developing. And after some time, we realized that there's a lot of potential still in this industry. There's a lot of potential, particularly in Japan, where nobody knew about it, even though it was already booming in the other parts of the world. And at the same time, we realized that there is a room for a serious player, for maybe a broker-backed prop firm, as they call us now, which all of those were the reasons why we decided to start Fintokei 3 years ago.
Very interesting story. What makes Fintokei stand out from everyone else in the sea?
Yeah, thanks for the question. What I think makes us unique and what makes us stand us out is the whole background of the companies or the Purple Group that we have behind us, plus the vision we are building the Fintokei project with. Because, like I mentioned, we already have a portfolio of other companies, including brokers, venture fund companies, technology companies, portfolio management companies that we have founded and started and built earlier. And Fintokei is actually a very nice piece of the puzzle that just blends in, and that is in the beginning of the trader's journey. But what our mission and vision is to accelerate traders' journey and to provide them additional opportunities behind, or let's say beside just the prop trading virtual capital kind of a journey. So like I said, when we identify someone's really have a lot of talent, skills, and can trade for a long term in a profitable way, we can provide already several opportunities for such a person, either with our partner companies that are part of the Purple Group, but also with some third-party companies that we already work with for a long time. So in our case, it's really about having a trading career, not just trading on, like I said, on a virtual account, and that's it.
Yeah, okay. So I'm guessing the journey of taking Fintokei to where it is today wasn't easy, right? So any interesting challenges you faced along the way, maybe some personal challenges you faced in your trading journey?
Yeah, also good question, thank you. So in my personal trading journey, I would say the main challenge was that I wasn't really patient enough, and I didn't really become a long-term profitable trader, to be honest. I tried several times. I really like trading, but I maybe perceive it more as a speculation, let's say side or free time activity, which is not something I would recommend to anyone who wants to treat trading in a serious way. and which is obviously not something we are looking for at Fintokei. I basically decided to go to the entrepreneurship career, so like business career, instead of become a full-time trader. And with that, the challenges we are facing in the business are always something new, because the whole financial industry, or all the financial industry, is actually pretty dynamic, pretty fast-paced, and there is always something behind the corner, whether it's regulatory changes, whether it's a difficult type of customers, or we could even say cheaters, whether it's a lot of competitors trying to get to your level or to the markets where you already are. So there's, I would say, always something, which is exactly why it's important to stay focused on the vision that we put together for Fintokei, and which is why we don't want to get so much distracted by all those. I would say the biggest challenge is to really prioritize and stay focused on what you want to achieve, and not to be overwhelmed by everything that's happening in a dynamic industry this is.
So it's very clear that you faced and you handled all these challenges from the knowledge you gained from your education and as well as from your experience, right? So talking about education, what are the educational resources you offer at Fintokei?
Yeah, so anyone who joins our program gets access to several types of materials, whether it's written content for beginners, whether it's video content, also mainly for beginners, plus some analytical content that is part of the My Fintokei client zone. Plus, we also share daily market analysis and additional webinars with experienced traders that we host on a regular basis. So I would say this is the basic that our customers can get at the moment. However, it's a good question, because educational part of our services and our business is actually something that we want to focus more in the upcoming months, and we definitely want to bring even more content, more materials, and more tools that will help traders to navigate through their challenges, through their trading analysis.
Yeah. So I need to know, what are some common mistakes you have noticed in traders who doesn't perform well, but really holds them back from becoming consistently profitable?
So I'll just follow to what I said about myself. So I would say one of the mistakes, let's say, is impatience. I can definitely see, not only among our customers, but within the whole industry, that a lot of traders wants to get, let's say, get rich quick, or they want to reach to the payouts as soon as possible. They want to reach to the as high payouts as possible, and partially it may be also because of the prop firms themselves, or because of how they market their services, and secondly, of course, because of the social media and how people are kind of glorifying the huge payouts and things like that. I would say that's actually a wrong way how to perceive the trading career, and that's actually kind of spoiling, I would say, which is also why we want to set different type of expectations for our traders. And like I said, what we really focus on and value is the consistency, is the long-term and type of trading, and long-term mindset and some kind of sustainability in trading. That's why I think impatience, or let's say maybe even greed, is something that causes traders to fail, maybe more often than they would have to. So that's one thing. And the other thing I would say is complications in terms of their trading strategies and a lot of ideas they try to put into their trading. I would say it's better to be, let's say, simple. Even in our data, we can see that traders who trade less trades and less instruments are usually those who are more successful. So I would say simplicity is the key. And third thing I would say would be the psychology or the emotions, and that probably goes hand in hand with the first one. But definitely your emotions, your own mindset is something that is keeping traders away from getting successful. And anything following up on that, like over trading, revenge trading, all these kind of things are messing with traders' results. So if I should, again, just to sum it up, I would say trade less, trade try to have a more simple strategy and be patient with your appetite, with your emotions, and with your expectations.
Yeah, great. So, if we talk about risk management, it is a key thing to succeed in the trading journey, right? So, do you see a clear link between those traders who manage risk well and those who achieve long-term success?
Absolutely, I would say risk management is like essential part of any serious trader. Again, we can see in the data that those traders who are diligent with their risk management, who place stop losses, who have rather fixed risk-reward ratio, and who are disciplined enough to stick to those rules they set, are again those who are more successful, those who are not only reaching to payouts, but those who are reaching to payouts on a regular basis, because again, that's what we want to see, that's what we are looking for. We don't want to just see traders who reach 1 or 2 payouts and then they blow their account. So yeah, absolutely, risk management is key for the traders themselves, as it is for us as a company.
So, as you said, succeeding in the trading industry is a long-term process, which means you need to have consistency, right? For those who are struggling to find consistency, what would your advice be as a clear roadmap for becoming successful?
Oof, that's a tough question, I would say. I would just repeat what I said earlier. Plus, I would say to test more or to learn more on your way towards consistency. It's not something that you can learn or get overnight. It's something you need to practice about, which is why I think prop firms are such a fascinating and great thing that happened to traders in recent times, because they can practice in almost like live conditions or real market conditions, including all those emotional, psychological challenges that the real trading comes up with. However, risk much less than if they were just trading on their personal account with a broker. And furthermore, the prop firms are actually having certain rules, as you all know, that practically should lead you to a better, more disciplined and more consistent trading. So unfortunately, I don't have like one easy or single piece of advice I would get or I would reply to you. Instead of just try to fine-tune your strategy, try to practice more, whether it's a demo account or a small prop firm account, and stick to your strategy. Maybe that would be one more recommendation, I would say, because I can see in many traders I talked to that they're just trying a strategy that they saw on some YouTube video or from some guy. Doesn't work for a month since they applied it, and then they already switched to something else, and they constantly switch strategy from strategy or approach to approach. In my opinion, definitely not the way to reach consistency. It's better to fine-tune to stick to something that you really like. You get to understand as much as possible, then fine-tune or build on that, not jump on different things every week or two.
Then you can be successful, right?
Sounds easy. It's not like that, but yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully. So, are there any standout stories or stories about traders who have really impressed you?
Yeah, definitely 1, 2, or 3 come to my mind straight away. There is a trader from Germany, for instance, who had like a crazy successful rate, let's say. So basically, more than 90% of his trades were profitable. He actually managed to keep his virtually funded account for several months. And even though he was a swing trader, he kept his trades open for many days actually. But he stuck to the plan. He set a stop losses, take profits, the set risk-reward ratio, and he patiently waited until the trade actually got fulfilled and got to the profit target. And like I said, profit probability was extremely high. So that was one example when I really said to myself, wow, this guy, this is exactly a type of a trader we are looking for. And there's probably just very few of them, but it's good to cherish and keep a good relationship with this one. But I don't think that must be the ideal. That's the ultimate goal for traders to reach this level. But what, for example, also keeps me very happy, and I always like to hear about those examples, are just maybe a small baby steps that our traders make in improving, in getting better results. And I can definitely think of several traders we have either from Japan or here from the Czech Republic who I met in person and who maybe didn't even know the prop trading before. And they jumped on in, they started with Fintokei. And at first it was all maybe kind of difficult for them, the rules, the limitations, the maybe the psychological element and the push for the reaching the profits. So it was new and they were like failing the challenges in the beginning, but over the time and they basically stayed with us and still are with us for more than a year already. And over the time they really improved and like I said, they were making like small steps to get better and better. And now they are able to get to the payouts and make some money after years of, let's say, months of trying with Fintokei, and then before years of testing and trying on brokers. So that kind of really warms my heart and kind of proves the thought I said earlier that prop trading, whether it's Fintokei or any other serious companies, is literally helping traders to get better and improve their strategies, improve their skills and psychology. So they not only get to some payouts and make some money with the prop firm, but they actually get better in trading in the real world and in future that will happen. Because of that's what it should all be about, in my opinion. Not the ultimate goal should not be to get a payout from a prop firm, but it should be to get better in trading. So you can apply your skills, whether it's with a prop firm, with a broker, with a fund, whatever, but that you can have like a long-term future in this industry.
If someone wants to build a career in the prop trading industry, or someone is considering joining a prop firm, what would your advice be on choosing the correct prop firm? What should they focus on? What are the factors they should consider about?
Some kind of a trustworthiness and seriousness of the prop firm, I would say, is the number one thing. You may have heard that there might be some issues with some prop firms not paying out the payouts or the rewards, or some even closing down, etc. So choosing some company that has a strong background, that is already in the market for a long time, that has a good trustworthiness or that has a good reputation, plus that has founders and people that are not afraid to show their faces is I would say definitely a plus. It should be one of the key factors when making your choice. And then obviously the rules and the conditions is another important factor. So how much transparent the firm is, how let's say simple the terms they have are, how many details they describe in the FAQ section, and whether there are any hidden rules that you may get to hear from some other users, let's say. So I would say this is something on the second line. Then on the third line, definitely the platforms they offer, the trading conditions, potentially even price, but I would say price should come the last one, because all of the potential issues and other things I mentioned earlier. So yeah, I would structure it probably like this.
Thank you for the detailed explanation. So I need to know Fintokei's approach on managing risk, both from your end and firm, and in guiding traders to manage their own risk effectively.
If I start with the traders, we obviously have certain rules in place, such as a daily maximum loss, an overall maximum loss, but also a max risk per trade, or per trade idea, sorry. So all of these are in place to prevent traders from being too aggressive, to prevent traders from gambling, if you wish. And this is something we have transparently written on the website and in the FAQ section. And that should actually be something that should be enough for set the boundaries. Then in terms of individual settings, that's always depending on the strategy of each trader. But like I said, it's good to have a fixed risk-reward ratio, ideally 1 to 1, 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 1 to 1 to 2, 1 to 3, I would say. Also, a recommended setup that we also publicly recommend is 0.5 to 1% maximum risk per trade idea. So that you actually avoid hitting the daily loss limit, because surprisingly enough, the daily loss limit is actually but it's the number one reason why traders fail the challenges, which is a bit unfortunate, I would say, because the daily loss limit is there just to really kind of avoid extreme scenarios that may happen in the markets. But at the same time, majority of traders fail by breaching this rule, which means even though we try to explain how important risk management is, they still are able to lose more than 5% per day, which if someone wants to be a serious trader is kind of not recommended or not really sensible, right? So to me, it's pretty simple. It's to stick to your rules and definitely not risk more than 1% per trade idea. That's it from in regarding the traders. And like I said, this is also something that we are very clear about, and it's not just let's say made up rules. Really, we can see that traders who can follow these maybe easy, maybe not, but who can follow these rules really have better results than those who trade aggressively. And when it comes to the company, of course, we have several tools in place that determine the, let's say, risk profile of clients, as well as whether the clients may be doing something that he should not be doing, whether he's doing something to, let's say, manipulate or bypass the rules and bypass the system. It goes to the cheating part that I mentioned earlier. Plus, of course, we are monitoring the overall exposure of all the traders who have virtual funded accounts, so that we can apply several consequences to the portfolio side of things afterwards. So yeah, I would say, generally speaking, something like this. Of course, I cannot go that much into detail, but I hope it kind of made sense.
Thank you so much. So can you give us a quick walkthrough of what a typical prop evaluation looks like at Fintokei? What can traders expect when they first join your platform?
I'm not sure if that's how you mean the question, but basically the newcomers who are new to the prop trading world, we actually have a program called Star Trader that should be perfectly fit for them, because it's a three-stage program. It has rather lower profit targets. The first stage actually has only 2% profit target. So it doesn't require a long journey. At the same time, it, however, doesn't let you hit this profit target by one trade or during one day. It has consistency rules built inside of it. So it's really a program that should guide you to understand the rules of prop trading, at the same time to trade in a consistent way. Of course, you get access to your account very quickly. You get all the best trading conditions that we offer to any other customers of ours, quick payouts, quick upgrades to other stages. So all of these features and benefits are part of it. But we really try to teach our newcoming clients or people who are new in the industry to trade consistently from the day one, which is how the Star Trader program is built. And then for more experienced traders who are not new for the industry in the industry, but who are maybe new in Fintokei, for them the most obvious choice is usually a Pro Trader program, which is let's say classic two-stage program. The rules very similar to how traders are used to them. And yeah, that's our best-selling program that many of the more advanced customers typically choose. And again, all those benefits I mentioned, so quick upgrades, quick evaluations, quick payouts with no denials, and all these risk management rules and tools that I also mentioned earlier are part of this.
Yeah, so when talking about regulations, they are always shifting. How Fintokei adapt to these changes, and what impact do you think these new regulation changes might have on the prop trading industry as a whole?
That's actually a tricky question, because there was a lot of talks about regulation of this industry over the internet, let's say, in past months. But there's nothing exact, at least based on my information, to be happening anytime soon. I know regulators are having a look at the industry, but I'm not aware of any major change that will be happening anytime soon. From any discussions I had with lawyers, with even some regulators here in Europe, in US, or even in Japan, it's not easy to, let's say, to put this business model under some of the existing regulations. So if they would want to regulate it, they would actually have to come up with new set of regulations, new set of laws, which is usually not so easy or not so fast. Based on that, I don't see any major changes happening anytime soon. I could be wrong, of course, which is why the topic is tricky, and there can be anything happening next week. My honest opinion or frank opinion at the moment is that there won't be much happening anytime soon, and the industry will still need to kind of self-regulate itself for some time. And that's why the competition will still be quite high as it is at the moment. At the same time, there will be quite a good selection of prop firms, serious prop firms on the market, which will remain the main important players, even if or after any regulation will come. And I hope Fintokei will be one of them, because obviously we have several regulated companies already in our portfolio. I'm actually coming from a regulated space, as I was one of the executives and co-founders of a regulated broker here in the European Union. So just to sum it up, we're constantly in touch with lawyers and regulators to see what's going on. At the moment, we don't see anything happening, but if something does change, we're ready for it. I would say we would even embrace it, because it would make the whole industry stronger and more reputable, as there's been a lot of reputation hits happening to the industry over the last year and a half. So we would embrace it, and we're definitely ready for anything that happens.
So apart from regulational changes, are there any big shifts or trends in the industry that you think traders should be aware of or be prepared for?
I would say not really. I think the conditions and the rules, mostly for the classic two-stage plan, which in our case is called Pro Trader, are already well established. And I don't think, and that's the most popular type of a challenge that traders take, not only at Fintokei, but I think in majority or most of the other prop firms as well. And I think this is something that will not change. That this is a well-established model, and I don't think there will be that many changes to the rules or to the core type of the model. What I think will be a next, let's say, important part of this industry that will improve is the platforms. That's still something that has like a dynamic shift of things. And even at Fintokei, we are coming with a new and very popular platform that will be available for our customers very soon. That's one area. Another one can be the education, actually. Again, something that we are focusing on. We definitely want to introduce prop trading to even broader audience, not only to the customers who already know what it is or who already trade with other prop firms, but to people who maybe trade just with brokers yet, or who even don't trade that much yet, but who would like to start. And we definitely want to make this start in trading more accessible, more easier, and together with the education and the evaluation practical exam test, let's say, or the practical challenge, we believe that the journey of individual trader can become much faster. And that's actually like I said, our vision to accelerate success of traders. And thanks to the tools that we can bring, it can definitely help them to either improve their skills and strategy faster, or maybe even realize that trading seriously is not something for them, because that can also happen. Not everyone is born to be a trader or is willing to dedicate so much time, so much energy to be a trader in the end of the day. And with prop trading and with Fintokei, maybe that they can give it a try in a serious way and see that it's not something for them, which is perfectly fine. So yes, I would say platforms is one thing, and education is another thing that is important in the industry. We will see some changes or some improvements in this regard soon.
All right, amazing. So before we wrap things up, I need to know your thoughts on platforms like Fair Prop Reviewer. What do you think what Fair Prop Reviewer is doing?
I really like platforms like this and the initiative that you guys are doing in your area. I think it definitely helps traders to compare firms to see pros and cons of different firms in one place, and it actually saves time to the end users so that they can really focus on what's important, which is trading itself, fine-tuning, improving themselves and their strategy, and not kind of being overwhelmed by all those special offers or by all those different prop firms that are on the market. That's why I think platforms like yours can definitely help traders to make a good choice, make a qualified or well-informed choice of a prop firm, and can help them to avoid any kind of a hassle they would have or a risk they would take with, let's say, unverified prop firm. In the end of the day, they can really focus on what is important, which, like I said, is trading itself and improving yourself.
Yeah, thank you. So finally, what is your top piece of advice for the traders who genuinely wants to grow and succeed in their trading journey?
To set your expectations properly. Don't have too high expectations to have Lambo soon, as they say, or to get like hundreds of thousands of dollars over a week or two. But be ready to work on yourself, be patient, and the success will come.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with us. It's been really insightful hearing your perspective on prop trading industry, and it's very clear that Fintokei is fostering a culture of continuous learning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you very much as well. Thank you for having me. You had some great questions, so I believe the viewers listeners will really like it and find it valuable. And yeah, have a nice day, everyone.
Thank you. Have a nice day. So thanks for everyone who tuned in. Hope you all got a really insightful session. Then see you all in the next episode. Until then, happy trading.